All right, welcome back to RGL Advanced Playoffs. This is season 14. We've got the first seed Zhao versus the second seed Grantus Vincere. I am on cast with my co-caster, Mr. Rick. How are we doing today?
My name's not Rick. I'm doing all right. I'm glad to see Zhao playing again. Got some good production going up in here, and yeah, I'm always happy to be back. How about you?
Yeah, as you said, I am happy to be back. I think we can start at least by just going through the rosters and then going on. So for Zhao, we've got Flaps and Jamal on Scout. Flaps is the flank, Scout, Jamal's pocket. On Roamer, we have Manicute. On pocket, we have Aimer. Demo, we have an old player returning Use, also known as Indian Spice Guy. And on Medic, we
Yes,
have Sakura.
good old Sakura. And on the other side for good old Grantus Vincere, we've got Taiga on the flank scout, Bane sitting on pocket, big old Macron on the roamer, and Math on pocket. Wild Rumpus, of course, friend of the cast on demo, and Raven rounding it out on medic. So have you seen the last game these guys played?
I was not fortunate enough to watch the whole thing. I did see part of the cast with Throne, but I don't think it was these two teams. It was just one of them.
Uh, Well, they met just last week. Yeah, they replayed their game, and they took a pretty big beating from Zhao on this map, and it's Zhao's pick. So I haven't seen them play since then, but uh, I had imagined they put a little bit more time into scrimming it and trying to figure out what makes the map tick for Zhao. Um, the second map, Reckoner, is Gravi's pick, and we were just watching them scrim on it, and they managed to lose 2-0. So I don't really know if that bodes well if they're just trying some new stuff. But for a third map, we've got Process, which is pretty much a toss up if we need to get to it. What do you know about our friends here in Zhao and Gravi?
I'm not sure if they're gonna run a sniper, but I do know that the Zhao players have three players that might just go sniper anytime they feel like it.
Yeah, they got some depth.
Yeah. Even on Clearcut, this map's not great for sniper, but if your snipers are better and like as good as they are on scout, you can run it. So that might be a thing. But for this map, generally I'm excited to see the mids. I kind of want to see some sort of aggressive start. These teams just sit around spamming. I think that one of them's eventually going to decide to just send their soldiers in. I would expect that to go pretty well here on this map.
Yeah, Zhao especially. Both Aimer or Shiga and Manicute, they're pretty persistent from what I've seen. So they'll just keep chasing you until one of you is dead, basically, and they're really good at getting in behind. You can get people to turn their heads so that the rest of the team can come in and follow them up. Um, and yeah, speaking of grudge matches, Zhao's the only team to beat Gravi in the regular season, other than uh, oh gosh, who was the team? Help me out here. It was the
Mm.
refugees actually. It was on Sultry. That's right. More friends of the stream, and the Village is the only team that managed to beat Zhao in the regular season. So two top teams, 1 and 2 seed, pretty evident. What do you have for predictions?
Before we get into that, we
Yeah.
do have a promotion to do.
Oh, we do.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Mm,
So, everyone,
yeah.
Fireside Cast's advanced playoffs coverage is covered by Sailboat's Instagram, which should be in our stream title. Thanks,
Yes.
Sailboat, for buying Mafia merch. Check out his Instagram.
Yeah. Jay's a man of his word. Apparently, I guess he made a promise. If you hit exclamation sponsored, should send up a little dialogue box in the chat there too. So go ahead and check it out. So, without all that out of the way, what do you got for predictions, buddy?
You know, I'm a Mafia believer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in the demo review theory. I don't know if these players demo review. Maybe they after their loss they said, "Fuck it, we don't care."
True. True.
And I might just be stood up on stand as it were, but I think they figured some things out, and they're gonna surprise the side of Zhao. As long as Yosh doesn't decide it's time to just perma snipe, I'm giving it for Mafia. 4-2
For gravy, you mean?
for Bane.
Okay, I got you. I got you. 4-2. All right. Well, considering how well Zhao did last week, like literally last week, so it's pretty fresh in their minds, I'm gonna give it over to Zhao for the first map just because it's their map pick, and yeah, they looked good the last time they met. I'll say 4-1. I'll go the same scoreline as the last match. Spoilers.
Yeah. There might be people who haven't watched that match a week ago, and they're just waiting for the VOD to hit.
Yeah, well, like I said, most of what Zhao was doing was setting their soldiers in deep and letting off some really early Ubers from use. Like he was calling them from hell early and just bombing deep across the point. And they were able to get the med most of the time. Actually, Sakura, who I don't think is playing, I think they got Rave AC on a Medicare, was able to stay alive and they're able to keep their medic alive in times when they aren't bombing aggressively across the point. But yeah, Gravy just getting mulched really is all I really remember from last week. They put up a good effort to put 1 point on the board, but yeah, Zhao just looks so much better on this map.
Yeah, I do agree with that. These behind plays can just be so hard to deal with sometimes, but again, Grantus Vincere, their soldiers know what they're doing. Maybe they'll just decide if we can't deal with the chaos, we'll make our own. Yeah, they have options there, and we should be going live soon. I'm going to want to see how they kind of play once the point opens. As you know, on these
Mhm.
COD maps, teams usually don't like to do anything before the point opens.
Right.
Eh, Yeah, they tend to, haven't seen some crazy bomb before the point has opened in recent times. Although here's to hoping that one of these teams pulls that out.
I'm gonna be watching the Amerk most of these mid fights. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Mm,
excited to see what he can pop out.
and a true aimer fan, I see.
Oh yeah, I'm
So,
a believer.
so why did you predict for Zhao then?
I mean, I've seen these guys up close and personal, at least a few of them, especially Aimer. I've played Medic for him a few times, so I mean, not to be too biased, but the dude really knows what he wants out of a fight. So I'm imagining he's a pretty big influence on what the team does.
Well, Yosh has the Luger morph out, just spamming that pistol. Yosh must want their stats, that's for sure. Just, pistol actually getting pretty good damage onto Wild Rumpus here, as Yosh has complete control over the right house, as both of these teams just spam. Yosh eats a Rap Assassin across the map, stands still in shame, apparently. Now we see Zhao, Grantus Vincere taking control of the top right. They have to give that up, and it's going to be Yosh that dies first on that hut. We see Bane surviving on such low HP. Zhao staying on the mid. Manacute does not care who has to back up. Who cares about Yosh? Apparently, we're going to fight this 5v6, says Zhao. Collapse trying to block the point from being capped, and somehow Grantus Vincere is just not able to get anything despite being up a player.
Yeah, some early aggression. Well, actually, pretty early aggression from the soldier bombing down to Jamal. Just caught out on the top route there, and Yoopers popped off across the point now after a long, heated exchange. Both players, or both sides, running back to their respective sides as the Uber fades in to be Manacute dead at the end of the Uber exchange.
Yeah, and now Bane drops to Use. What a great set of stickies there.
Oh yeah.
We see Use hitting a pipe onto Wild Rumpus. And now Math as well dies. I think Use is the MVP of that fight. And so it's going to be basically even, although 30 ad for Raven. Grantus Vincere will have a chance here to do something.
Oh, and they delayed their medic with that cap apparently too. Oops! So it's going to be even bigger ad, closer to 50. I think that's a lot more workable. But these soldiers on Zhao, man, they'll come after you deep, and especially he's pretty big on the bombs too. So you got to watch out for the sack.
Yeah, and jumping away, blue soldiers surviving there. Use now contesting over the point. We see Manacute bombing forward along with Shiga doing so much damage to Raven. Raven down to like 5 health there, but not able to be found. Oh, Manacute bombing in, gets that kill. Yeah, on the no man's land side, and Main Manicute doing so much damage, and now it's going to be Rave with the Uber advantage. And it looks like Grantus Vincere wants to do some sort of sack play. They're running Tiger across the top right. Bane dies to Use. Use is just locking down the entire point. So Use is doing a great job ensuring Zhao keeps their advantages.
And yeah, there you saw early on, those Zhao soldiers are just really persistent. Hammer jumps in, does all the damage, Manicute comes up and follows it up, probably screaming out that he's weak behind main and expecting results, and they got it.
Yeah, and now we see the aggressive plays by Math jumping behind. It's going to be met by the aggressive Uber. Look at this. Zhao's just running through main. They're sending their soldier high bombing across. Kills Wild Rumpus, catches out Bane. Raven made it to spawn, but oh, is this scout going to die in the shutter? No, they're actually chasing them down now. We might have seen an overextension from Jamal, who is currently aliased up as Yosh, but that's Jamal. And yeah, they actually managed to live.
And yeah, a little bit of a deep dive even after the Uber was faded, but they were keeping the pressure on, allowed them to burn up a lot more clock. There's only about 65 seconds left to go, but Raven's really close to Uber, and Gravy's rolling out, but they're still down an aimer on the Zhao side.
And now we see Math bombing onto the top right, doing spam into the Death Valley area. Manicute high bombing in, and Zhao, yeah, doing a 4-man sack, but I think we've seen Grantus Vincere bunker correctly here. Shiga trying to go through the back door, hits a bunch of damage, but Macron mini air shot there. That goes in the frag vid, so that was not fully successful.
And it looked like Manicute had something going there in the bunker, but I guess he was just stuffed and boxed out appropriately. So yeah, Raven's still holding on to Uber. Only just now getting the cap down, so they've got about 3 minutes to work with, while Zhao only has 36, so pretty big deficit, but Zhao has a lot of time to figure things out, how they want to take this.
Jamal leading the medic through kill box area. Jamal wants to take this Uber aggressively into Wild Rumpus's face, hitting great meat shots, but that Uber comes out so much later, so the Uber's going to be way better for the side of Grantus Vincere as they walk across point right now. It's going to be a trade with Aimer and Taiga, but it's going to be these blue scouts, Zhao scouts collapse, just running across point, getting in the face of Wild Rumpus as Yus cleans up that kill. And now Macron dying as well. It's Yus just killed everyone. He just got a 3K.
Oh. And yeah, protecting his medic last second there against the bomb from Math. I mean, I was looking at Rave dancing on the mid there. He saw the soldier go behind and didn't give it too much thought, just walked with the rest of his team. And yeah, Yu's cleaning house right now.
Yeah, definitely. And now, slight ad for Zhao. Grantus Vincere has to be careful here so they don't have an issue, but it's going to be Math jumping across because there's no time on the clock. They cannot wait. Grantus Vincere sent their soldiers in.
Nice.
Macron goes down. Bane killed Aimer, and now we're probably going to see the Uber come out, but Manicute dying means that this is a bit dangerous for Zhao. Collapse is taking this Uber across point, getting onto Raven. That's going to be Jamal finding the kill there. Use just backing up, knowing that the other team has to come to them, so they're going to play that ground. Bane dies to Use. Collapse goes into Death Valley, finds Macron on point, finds Taiga. Collapse hits all their shots. And now we have Aimer just bombing this poor Wild Rumpus who can't do anything to block the point.
The Master going to try himself, but yeah, gets cleaned away as soon as he arrived. And just like that first point. For Zhao, really good offense and defense from Zhao. I'm trying to not sound biased, it's just what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that is what it looked like. The time was not in Grantus Vincere's favor.
Nah.
They're going to have to change what they are doing, that's for sure.
Yeah, hopefully now the demo reviews are going to start to shine through and pull out some secret strats.
Yeah, we see Math spamming across point right now, fighting it out with Manicute, actually finding rockets onto Rave. Rave, you have to be careful there. Almost ate 2 more rockets. We see Wild Rumpus spamming across. Jamal, again, just pistoling across point. I have to respect it. Hopefully they don't run out of ammo, though. We see now the point has opened up. So we see Collapse and Aimer look like they want to do something on the left house, but Collapse just rotates away. Aimer hiding around that corner, probably lining up a jump. Yep, both teams are doing the same play, pressuring each other's house, but it all came to naught because I was kind of expected. It's a bit meta to do that, as you could say. Wild Rumpus now catches an arrow, so both teams are at about the same health. As Grantus Vincere has had enough, they're just standing on point. Look at that cap time.
Yeah, putting it out.
Yeah, the Uber's out. Oh no. Raven dropped Wild Rumpus. They just dropped their demo there. And so now when this Uber's over, Grantus Vincere just doesn't have a demo, and we all know how good Use is, and that impact's going to be felt. Use just walks right across point, spamming stickies across. Bane dies, Matt dies. Everyone's falling for Grantus Vincere.
And yeah, only at the loss of one scout, and finally the time will reverse, so they're putting it down. But here comes Wild Rumpus feeding in, it looked like. Trying to go for the medic, I guess, in the back line, but he didn't even get close.
Yeah, not close on their own. We would have liked to see Grantus Vincere send everyone at the same time, but they couldn't. It's going to be an aggressive play by the side of XAIO. They're sending people up Valley. Jamal dies. They got punished for that one. Use as well, falling.
Oh, big bomb.
Yeah, massive bomb. As you said, Aimer, player to watch, got 3 kills. So I guess he really does know what he wants. And now we see Taiga taking a 1v1 with Collapse. Collapse wins that one, but then Wild Rumpus ends for a Reign of Terror. Manicute and Jamal, though, have met up with Rave. Wild Rumpus might be overextended here. Get on that demo. Do not let that player put up a trap on his own. Wild Rumpus, he saw the trap potential, but he only caught himself out.
Yeah, sort of beeped the surf there, a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, and now we're going to see Collapse taking the other team's house. So aggressive, so confident, knowing her team has uber advantage. Aimer walking off that hot as finally they give up control of the other team's Valley. So now we're going to see the teams facing off against each other, and it's going to be Grantus Vincere sending their soldier behind, but Jamal doesn't care. They take that uber straight into Wild Rumpus's face. They get Macron as well. Is Jamal going to get a 3K? No, just 2. Math ends their life, and Manicute gets that. And it's XAIO's world out here.
Yeah, every single time there's a big fight going on, it's usually just one job player did, and the rest of Grantus Vincere trying to get their medic out. But I mean, on the bright side, they do have Uber to work with, and not too much time terribly off the clock yet, so they have time to work this advantage and try to wrestle the point back without trying to use.
Yeah, we see Grantus Vincere all the way out through main, and Aimer got behind. He was hiding over there, and so Aimer gets that force out. We see Rumpus jumping all the way into the other team's Valley, but again, Wild Rumpus, 3rd life in a row, just gets caught out ahead of their team. That's going to be something that has to get tightened up. We see Macron hiding on the Hoodoo side of Red's Valley, high-bombing across towards Blue's no man's land. Both soldiers getting onto Raven, but they both die. Jamal and Collapse are doing an excellent job of Secret Service protecting the president, Rave AC. No one's getting on that medic's life.
Yeah, and that bomb looked really unsynchronized. One soldier landed right in the main behind him, but the other was on the pack near Valley. And yeah, Rave AC is just doing stellar work, just skating on these rockets, man. He's staying alive so long.
Yeah, we see Grantus Vincere coming up their Valley. Wild Rumpus leading the charge, putting up their stickies. They're just spamming, though, because they know Uber ad for XAIO. Raven does not want to die to one of these use Ubers that apparently we saw last cast, I was told. Math starting off by jumping behind again, but XAIO's ready for this. They sent Aimer, Collapse, and Manicute behind. Math is taking 3 with him, but does it matter? Because there's going to be some sort of trade on point. So that play behind did not work out. Jamal Ubered straight in. It's an Uber trade on point. Both the scouts staring at each other, but the Uber was disconnected. Taiga just dies. Why was the Uber disconnected? And now it's going to be Jamal just leading it forward into Wild Rumpus. Collapse as well. And again, at the end of that fight, it's just XAIO's world.
It's incredible to just see them just win fight after fight like this. Like, yeah, they look unstoppable, man. Like, I would have thought, you know, Gravity had something to work with. Because it was only a week ago, like I said, you know, I'm sure they were grinding. They had to have been. I mean, it's playoffs. They gotta win this one to keep going on, right? So, kind of shocking that it's just so dominant so far.
I'm gonna be on Use's cam.
Go for it.
Yeah, I know that the spam. We haven't seen anything too impactful prior to the point opening up, but I want to see the absolute no, we see it before. There's soldiers bombing behind early for Grantus Vincere into Valley, but they both just die. Unfortunately, they almost got that kill onto Rave, but so smart by XAIO to just bait, heal up, and then come back in with so much aggression. Manicute bombing all the way into the no man's land. Raven living with like 3 HP there. We see chasing into spawn almost, and yeah, XAIO, the moment they were healed up, they went all in. They pulled out the brake. No, they cut their brake line, and they just went in.
Yeah, and a little bit of a trickle feed from Matt doesn't really help issues here, so now they're down a soldier. He just spawned, but they're already rolling out through Valley, so they're going to take this fight basically without a soldier for the time being. If they want to go right now, but they're going to wait it out. But Zhao got that first cap, so time's are ticking.
Yeah, we see these teams playing pretty standard. Manicute doing the dingo, playing under house instead of on top of it. Collapse and Aimer pressuring the left house. Aimer bombing all the way in, doing so much damage. Will he live? Yes, Aimer gets out. Gets away with murder on that bomb, and now it's going to be Raven taking this Uber, taking it into Rave's face. Trade has happened. Jamal's counter popping across the point. Collapse ran across top left, found a kill, goes behind. Jamal's leading it, and just killed Wild Rumpus during this. And look, Raven might be caught by this flank from Collapse. No one, though, on the side of Zhao wants to bomb over, so Collapse just lives, and that kind of just goes the way of Zhao.
Yeah, but they're having to contend with not having soldiers for this might. Here comes Macron and Taiga and Math trying to clear the way. Math going over the top, seeing what's in what's in his favor, and it's absolutely nothing. Gets shoved back. Has to get some healing up from Raven now as the rest of Zhao rolls out. It's a fight for the mid all over again, but a minute 50 left for Zhao on the clock.
We see Jamal taking a lot of damage, has to get off of that roof. Macron and Taiga did a good job pressuring that house, but on the other side, the same play Zhao was running, and actually Aimer's all the way behind. Aimer's on the medic's face. On Wild Rumpus, hitting a great rocket there, but this time it's Aimer's bomb that doesn't find anything, and now it's going to be Macron bombing forward with Taiga on that roof. They're trying to find something by taking the other team's roof, but they just can't. The Uber has come out across point, but this time Collapse dies during the Uber. I'm not sure this one's going to go Zhao's way. It looks like they're just running away. They don't want anything to do with this fight.
Yeah, I don't think they had the positioning or the health to take that one. It was kind of, well, doesn't even matter because they're right in after the Uber's fade, and Raven gonna go down to a quick little two-man, I guess. Didn't even take all four from Manicute and Hughes, so very nicely done to get advantage back for Rave.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to say it's even Ubers, we're down players. Why not just run a four-man sack? And that was a smart play because look, they're already alive. So they're able to just take the fight. Knowing they're at 80%, they can play it slow, have Uber in the post. So seems like they're going to do exactly that. Jamal starting off on the roof. They don't want Rave to get too close until they get Uber. So only now will Rave go forward once they have Uber. We see Grantus Vincere running a sack, and Rave decides they've had enough of this. Just go forward, try to get the other team's medic. They won't, though. But when you look at the clock, I don't think Zhao's going to be too unhappy about this.
No, not at all. I mean, they've got about a 50-second advantage. They're just waiting to not deny Aimer there. Get the cap down, and yeah, 70 seconds left. I think they can manage to hold on even with Raven having 50% Uber advantage. So, I mean, they can get in with the drive fight, no problem, and get them. So, I mean, I don't think that's really a concern on their list right now.
Definitely. We see Manicute on the blue roof, spamming some splash rockets across, not having too much impact though, as they had to back away. And it seems like with the Uber situation, they want to just send a sack. Aimer died before Manicute could land though. Maybe a hide play gone wrong. But now with the Ubers even, and the time situation is still in the favor of Zhao, but they've got to get on this. They can't let a minute go away and they won't have an advantage anymore. And it looks like their solution to this is going to be to send Manicute onto the house again. So that probably means they're exchanging through Death Valley side. Jamal running into the face of Wild Rumpus. Not going to get dropped this time by Raven. And so now Rave's just going to run away as the Uber situation's even. And it looks like Aimer's going to jump behind, landing on the health pack, but dies during that. Manicute jumping forward as well as Collapse holds the high ground. Collapse is just causing so much chaos here by taking this 1v1. They end up losing that though. Rave AC dies to the midi or splash from Math. And I think that's going to be one of the first Uber exchanges that just completely goes the side of Grantus Vincere.
Yeah, that would like to be a turning point. I think that was Rave AC's first death even, so that's a pretty big moment right there. They're going to cap this point back, but only 12 seconds, so not a lot of margin for error. They have to stay on top of this for the next minute and 20 if they want to get out of this one cleanly.
Yeah, and now we see Macron going down as this chaos fight happens. Zhao said, we have worse spawns, fuck it, we're in. And they did not get the point, but again, if you hold tab or look at the left side of your screen, look at those spawns. Zhao's going to have a real easy time capping this point and getting it to overtime. as it seems Use just has control of the point, and there's just not enough players here to do anything, but who cares? Apparently Math is just going to fade bomb. Very little risky there, gets away with it. Math so hurt, has to jump all the way back. Macron doing a fade bomb of their own, but now with this point situation, Bane has to stand on point. Grantus Vincere should be feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah, they're trying to see if they can bait him on a point.
Yeah, Manicute hit a really good rocket there, did so much damage. Math ends up falling, Uber's being traded out, but actually it's going to be Grantus Vincere's Uber that seems to be longer lasting. Wild Rumpus ends this Uber on point, but yeah, they just took so much damage from Use, they got punished for that, but it's actually going to be Macron who finds 2 onto Aimer and Jamal, and now it's going to be Macron continuing his tear, jumping onto the red roof, or blue roof, and then back into Valley. Or,
Yeah,
that's not... Yeah, that's Hoodoo.
It didn't look good for Gravy at first because they just let Jamal cap that point uncontested because they weren't really in a position to put any pressure out on him. But yeah, they managed to squeak it back, and 10 seconds left. It's overtime. They got to hold on to this. Next cap from Zhao wins it.
Yeah, we see the Soldier, Manicute, and Aimer bombing in, but again, these bombs, seems like Grantus Vincere's figured them out. They found nothing there. These players for Grantus Vincere are so hurt. Claps running into Valley, finds that kill. Claps winning that 1v1 is clutch, runs behind Wild Rumpus, kills, and Claps is winning this fight single-handedly. Uber came out, Rave traded it out as well, but it's going to be Claps, and after that fight, I have to put my money on her. This scout's not going to miss, but it's actually going to be Aimer that finds that final kill. And yeah, that was a close round.
It was the closest one yet. I mean, yeah, that's something to work with. It was looking like, Grantus Vincere was taking back control of that match, especially in the last, minute or so. I mean, it's like anytime's a good time when you're down 2 points, but yeah, it started collapsing at the end there after some unfortunate trades across the point. But they got to commit, and they got to fix it right now because it's match point right here.
Yeah, they've got to do a reverse sweep or nothing. And we see Use spamming across right now. Both teams doing the same thing. We don't see Grantus Vincere repeat their disastrous early bomb of last mid. Oh, as I say that, they send a Soldier to fade bomb, though. That wasn't a commit. And Taiga dies first. Claps traded out. Math following it up. So all said and done, Zhao has a better player situation, but walk and load. Wild Rumpus turned it around, piping Jamal in the face. No scouts now for Zhao, and Grantus Vincere knows this, but Aimer just bombed in 2 rocket at the medic. Raven was in hut without any protection, and so that means you can't surf when you're in that tiny little enclosed room. So Aimer, noticing that, gets a great kill there.
Yeah, it's a good heads-up play. That was a bit of a death sentence for Raven, yeah. I didn't see how he got pressured into there, but it didn't matter. As soon as he set foot inside, he was going to get hunted down.
Yeah, Wild Rumpus walked through back door, missed a lock and load, unfortunately, and died, and a bit of a desperation play there by Grantus Vincere. I don't think it was executed as well as it could have. Unfortunate for them because they're really not allowed mistakes in their situation, and it's going to be Zhao who says, we have ad, we push them back to last, let's surprise them here. I think Grantus Vincere might be aware of what's going on, but they're actually really close. I don't think they're aware here, and they find 3 kills. Grantus Vincere has to run back to spawn. I think we're going to see a spawn camp. No, they're not that disrespectful. I think the spawn camp's underrated. They could have pulled one off there, but they're just going to keep up this early forward hold. Aimer in main sees Taiga. You can't peek that corner because they can see through it and shoot rockets around the corner.
Oh my god.
Use just destroying that player. Uber came out, but this Uber, it's so early, and so now the counter pop is going to last so much longer. We're going to see Aimer bombing in behind, finding so many kills, and it's going to be Raven who gets caught there, and oh no, it's a complete disaster.
Oh my god, this looks so bad. It's just like their timing is all off. It's like they're falling over each other. I don't know what's happened between this week and last week, man, but yeah, they look like they're completely stumped right now.
Yeah, Zhao is just full of confidence. They have the re-round up confidence, and Grantus Vincere just might be tilting a bit because that was really unfortunate for them. Ubers are close to even. We're going to see the teams finally back on mid. We see Taiga trying to get onto point here, pressuring the cap. Wild Rumpus close behind, spamming their lock and load across the point, and both teams are just contesting this point, and so it's going to be Macron and Math bombing across, getting onto Rave AC, but only hitting 1 rocket. Both soldiers for one rocket on the medic, not enough to cap the point.
Yeah, no, and that was just expertly cleaned up by both scouts, just standing like in literal formation. It looked like, and just cleared both of them away. Yeah, man, Rave is one lucky medic right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah, I mean, must be good. You don't even have to surf when they only get one rocket off. So,
Yeah.
Raven, though, taking the Uber with Bane through the hut. But look at that charge. It's 50 for Rave, and it's about to be 0 for Raven. So that's not good for them because Zhao is so aggressive. They find Taiga. They're looking to chase Raven. It looks like that's what Collapse is doing with the Solemn Vow. Oh my god. Raven just 125 to 0. Actually, it was more than one. Yeah, it was more than 125. It was 2 Solemn Vows and what's it called? The crossbow.
Yeah, the Crusaders.
Yeah, the Crusaders.
Well, that's another big play, but might be a bit too late for Gravy to really utilize and capitalize on. They've got to play actually perfect this time for the next 2 minutes 50 if they want to start their hope of coast to coast in this.
Yeah, it's not even a reverse sweep anymore. It's a reverse 0-3 minute and a reverse sweep. And
no pressure.
as you said, they've got to just play perfect. And Macron, that perfection starts with him as he is behind. No one on the side of Zhao knows this. Macron getting on Rave AC, hitting one good rocket, and
nice.
Kill! Grantus Vincere gets that medic down. On the other side of things, though, how's it going? No, Raven's dead. It's going to be even Uber, unfortunately. Collapse kills Bane, just 2 shots, though, on top of point. Takes a 1v1 now. Fortunately, only gets 1.
Well, a little bit of damage control. It seemed like it was going well, but yeah, Raven just got caught up in that hut yet again, and Manacute just put 2 rockets of his own, and sort of just dampened the mood a bit, I think, a bit in the Grantus Vincere Discord.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, Rave, it's not even. They have like 25 ad.
Oh, well, now they don't.
Right. Oh, Raven's on critical Krieg, apparently. Manacute goes down. Use is just bombing in. Oh my god, they killed a scout. Demo bombed a scout and won. Raven's running to spawn, but I don't think it matters.
He was being pursued by Aimer. He broke away and he locked eyes with Aimer and he's like, oh, you're mine now.
Yeah, and it's gonna be, as they say sometimes, it's like playing COD Zombies when it's overtime. That's what it's gonna feel like for Use. These Grantus Vincere players have nothing to do but go forward. And, oh my god, Aimer destroyed Wild Rumpus. Jamal patching an arrow, goes down though, and Use just held it down. Yeah, it's gonna be a 4-0.
Yeah, it was pretty rough looking at these logs already. Both scouts for Zhao just cleaning house. 32 and 8 for I can't tell they're aliased up. Enoch and DeFran. Well, anyway, 32 and 8, 25 and 9. Indian Spice Guy, lovable use, 20 to 10, 355 DPM. And yeah, Rave AC only dying 5 times. That was a clinic, to put it lightly.
Yeah, as you said, I believe you mentioned Reckoner. I will be as neutral as I can. We are playing Clearcut and Reckoner.
Yes.
Now we have
yes.
Reckoner coming up. This map, well, I'll put it this way. You could see a 4-0 on Clearcut, and you could see the opposite of that on Reckoner. That's the kind of map it is. So, yeah, I have no idea what to expect here.
Well, like I said, we got to peek into one of the SCVs we thought we were going to be using before this started, and it was Grantus Vincere's server, and yeah, the scrim that they had going on wasn't looking too hot for them. But like I said, they could have been trying something different, and they might have put all their focus into Reckoner and Process, and just gave up on a Clearcut.
Yeah. And with this map, I think part of it's just going to come down to how aware the teams are. You see these types of map picks happen, and it's always the same situation. One of the teams kind of goes, I bet the other team hasn't prepared this. They scrim it like twice and then go, well, we should be as prepared as they, or more prepared than they are. But the
Oh
other
yeah.
team just scrims it twice as well. And so neither team knows what they're doing. And it usually ends up being a 50-50. So hopefully that scrim we saw in the pregame was not their only scrim. And they had done this for a couple weeks.
Well, yeah, it's just curious because they're number one and two seeded teams, but like, yeah, that looked pretty rough even for a number two seeded team. Like that's just you can't be doing that. I mean, I'm hoping I have not seen Zhao Gaming on Reckoner. I don't think they even played it in the regular season. So I think this is a leg up, a little bit of a ace up the sleeve for Gravy if ever there was one, because they need one right now.
Yeah, and we do have logs. Use did not top damage. I think that might be Claps that top damage, but these aliases are leave a bit to be desired, so it's hard to know which scout. Yeah, went sicko mode here. But yeah, I mean, it was just devastation. The top 4 damaging players were all on Zhao.
I mean,
That's
Kata's mostly DM focused, so I mean, I think that shows that Zhao has a DM down to a science. But when we bring it back to 5CP, it's not so much DM dependent. It's more about positioning. So we'll see if Gravy has the positioning if they can't manage the DM. Try to bring this into a third map on process, because like I always say, more TF2 is more better.
yeah,
Because I
and
mean, it also can't end like that with the 1 and 2 seed. You know what I'm saying? You can't just play 2 maps like, all right, that's it, go home. Like, nah, we need to see a third map for sure.
last season Div 1 was 2 4-0s.
Oh, that's rough. Oh my god. It's just wild because then it's like, well, what's the final going to look like? You know, if this is what number 1 and 2 are duking out before it's even gotten down to the semis. And what's the bracket like this for this again?
I
It yeah, the bracket's totally screwed. I can't make sense of it. So if
so we're next we're not going to a lower bracket and then they come back into. I think there's yeah. The winner does go straight to grands and sits there, but the loser does not go to a traditional lower bracket and then straight into grands after that. I think there's like a couple hoops that end up happening there. Oh no, it is. Okay, it
so they get
is.
recycled pretty much. Okay.
I've been griefed by, let's not say who, but yeah,
We've all been griefed tonight, man.
it's we've been griefed by RGL there. And it's just a normal lower bracket, and then loser of that's third place. Winner will come back to fight whoever wins this one.
Listen, man, I didn't get a degree in computer dynamics. I'm just gonna watch this game if that's all right. Forget a bracket right now. It's a joke. Haha. Laugh. Levity. Yes. Yes. Haha.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm
Reckoner,
just messing with
Reckoner second. I've seen like 4 different holds, so I want to see the roulette on Reckoner second. Which one teams pull out for that?
I've
I,
only seen the map like 4 times. I don't even really remember this map. I remember when it started to come out, hated how it looked, and then never went back to it again.
well, you're gonna be seeing it a lot tonight, and why don't you take this middleware?
Okie dokie. I'm gonna watch the Wild Rumpus, see what he's got planned. He's got a lock and load in hand, so that's something to look out for. This is a pretty long map, so it should work out pretty fine on this mid here. So just going around on the right flank. Going to be taking positioning here, and Wild Rumpus taking the wild to set up some traps here. Now Math and Macron coming in big with the bomb on top of Raven C, and barely escaping with a sliver of help, but no, a spam rocket from a little bit of away will find him. So that's 3 dead already for both sides. Both sides have no medic. Jamal coming over the top rope, trying to help out his Scott buddy Claps, and they managed to clean up onto Taiga and Bane with the help of Use there. But a big ol' bomb from Math's going to see him sailing away from Use as they both escape for some help packs, and still have yet to get any time on this cap point. So bit of a slow mid, about a minute gone, and nobody's even gone for yet. They're just still healing up and rolling out with their medics. I think it's going to be another secondary mid. So if you want to take the second mid, by all means, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, but unfortunately the demo for Zhao's here, so it might be a little difficult for Grantus Vincere to push
Ooh.
through.
Bust in.
Truly. Losing
Come
the
on.
DM fight on Koth. Just gonna have the confidence to go in. Perhaps.
It's their map.
Uh,
Surely they've trained on it. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't want to see them defeated already. This is wild, man. Take it in. Come on. Come on. Uber check him. Do it.
well, it seems perhaps Raven or someone in Grantus Vincere, if anyone brought that idea up, promptly screamed at them. Because,
I guess. I guess. Whatever. 28 minutes. That's not enough time, dude. You got to go now, now, now. And here we go. Aimer busting his way in through Toxic with the rest of his team, clearing the way single-handedly, trying to go for the sack. And yeah, it's gonna invite some counter aggression. Why not? Here comes Gravy coming in from what is it called? Luggage? Carriage or something?
I just call that one main.
Main, sure. Why not? Here comes Manicute leading in this time from Main, taking out Rumpus. Big pick. Not getting really much else. Gets cleared away quickly by Bane. And looks like Claps wants to take a little bit of a how do you do inside, maybe take an Uber exchange if they come close, and oh yeah, baby. Bane is down very low health after this Uber is done, however, so it's going to be pretty risky. And actually, Rave hasn't even popped his Uber. He just trusted his scout completely. I thought he popped at some point. I'm like, man, his Uber's out already? That's not right. But here we go. Ooh, getting popped up and barely avoiding some long-range splash damage. Lives with but a sliver of HP, still holding on to that Uber. That is the Rave AC I love to see. Pretty big play from him. That means that...
Yeah, full ad for Zhao. They're probably going to be taking it in through the main middle door. We're going to see Demo bombing across as Yus finding the gun by Taiga. Yus takes so much damage before that gun goes down, and now it's going to be Jamal looking to get some cap time, but Det killed Raid AC, Pootis out, Brass Beast as Wild Rumpus. Oh no. Zhao, they can't compete with the Brass Beast. They kill it. Actually, wait, hold on a second. Claps could win this. They're on Wild Rumpus. No, they don't get that kill.
Stickies.
Yeah,
The bane of every scout.
I'm just saying, if that heavy was on Tomislav, they probably could have gotten back to spawn and not died and had the same impact, but...
Try telling that to Wild Rumpus. He's not going to let you run Tomislav.
Oh, he'd scream at you.
What if he's still using... Yep, he's still using lock and load. I want to see him bust out a fat medic drop with just the lock. Going with his medic through underneath, actually. Come to think of it. And getting boxed out by some spin. Waiting for the scout to come up. Lead him through. They're just going to dry it in. Not going to use early. Rave AC sitting with 60 Uber, actually. As Aimer getting a pick on a math in the meantime. There's some sick traps up here from Muse. Could catch somebody out if they're not careful.
Yeah, and they did the whole classic go through lower, leave through toxic without using your ad, because apparently they were worried about the back cap, which almost got the point. And now they do have player ad. They have no soldiers for Zhao. Is Grantus Vincere going to take that low spam situation to walk in?
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
They are playing so passive. It's breaking my heart, man. They seem like their spirit broken. I mean, I understand wanting to play it, you know, close to the vest and all, but I mean, you got some time here. I mean, it's not like EU where you kind of have to resign yourself to your fate if you mess up pretty early. But here, I mean, with the config, I don't know. Let something rock, you know, see if you get some juices flowing instead of letting Zhao get all the initiative and figuring where they want to fight you.
Bane on forklift sees the soldier coming in, and there was an air shot. Which soldier was that? Math hit that air shot onto Aimer. And
there we go.
Macron killing Claps, and now being down 3. Grantus Vincere is definitely going to try a push here. It's going to be the question of whether Zhao wants to Uber exchange. Yus is staring down the side of Toxic. Macron goes through lower, bombing through, gets back through to fade. Basically, Grantus Vincere bullied their way in, but Zhao wants to come back in to take a trade. And we do see that Uber come out, but this has taken so long that the health situation is absolutely terrible for Grantus Vincere, and they're going to have to leave through Toxic side. This doorway is very enclosed, so hopefully they keep a spam class here to prevent Zhao from going through, because Zhao is posted up, ready to go through that doorway. They have their demo use looking through. They sent Aimer through the other side. Claps, their flank went through the other side. They're doing so much damage. Manicute's still going to be the first to fall, though. And that play was successfully beaten back by Grantus Vincere. Manicute, or Macron countersacked into Toxic, but did not find that kill.
Yeah, really unfortunate timing. I think Grave finally saw a speck of light and just got beaten back. And yeah, super aggressive Uber from Rave AC, but the rest of Gravy was caught out in different areas outside of that Uber, and so they got cleaned up pretty easily by that. Pretty nasty DM from Zhao. Aimer in on Wild Rumpus, causing a scene, some havoc. Claps runs in the meantime. It's now on the medic. Raven sit with 90% Uber, has nothing to pop, so they got 2 in for a demo, but no Uber force.
Yeah, as you said, no Uber force, so they're definitely going for plays, but either people are beefing, the medics are perfect, or the scouts are just not missing or toggling. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make any accusations here.
Oh,
You're cool, right?
I'm just saying it's always a possibility.
No, no, no. Oh, these guys are pretty deadly. I'll give them that.
I'm just saying when I press F1, I don't miss. Oh, the soldier bombed in. Who is Aimer? What a jump. Dies, though, playing a jump map here. We're seeing these single soldier stacks right now, and apparently,
Dangerously close to a reset, honestly. I just now noticed 35 seconds left on the round timer, so... I mean, maybe they just want to try to rocket and see if they can beat them in mid-fights, try to MGE it a bit. I don't know. But yeah, this is pretty passive as far as I'm concerned, and kind of ridiculously so. See if they can work something in. And get it before the exchange can pop off. Jamal gets caught around the corner with the stickies. I think it's a rare slip-up we've seen so far from AVC. He's going to be caught in as this Uber fades by the stickies, it seems. No, manages to snake his way away, but not for long as Bane hot on the seals with the scattergun. Managing to help his team secure more kills. 3 down, but there's a back cap going on as there's a scout down on the mid. It's going to be used behind, trying to draw back the rest of Gravy, and it succeeds in doing so, but now it's just Jamal on the mid. Coming through Toxic, gets gobbled up, so that's a wipe for Zhao. So a little bit of good news for Gravy now coming out secure in that mid.
that was nipple hairs away from not being a cap. That, I can't believe it wasn't a reset. We see Aimer. Yeah, Aimer's bombing in as well as Manicutes. These scouts, again, are perfect. Raven, how do they live? How?
Oh, magic.
Yeah.
Both these guys know how to live. We know that much. They're pretty good, yeah, and that was a pretty insane live by Raven. I'm not even sure how he made it out there. He had a soldier right on top of him the whole time, but... I mean, no Uber to pop, that kind of helps, but he's also got balls with steel, so he wasn't going to even use it, even if he had to, so...
Grantus, Vincere, 0-0. This is their first chance to be up around. Uber through, they sent Wild Rumpus into the left spawn. 0 kills, but cap time in. This entire Zhao team's coming out of right. Macron's trying to collapse on that side. They've gotten such good cap time. Raven, the medic, finds the first kill. Counterpop coming out, used bombing onto the top left area, trying to lock these players out. And it looks like there's going to be a bomb from Math over that little AC and unit. And now it's going to be Grantus Vincere coming through 5-door, as they say. Macron sees the point cap time. I can see it in Macron's eyes. He wants to land on point. That's exactly what they are doing so much damage on the other side, and it's going to be Bane on point at the end. Yeah.
And the nice thing about that, I mean, it didn't really matter that much, but everybody on Gravy managed to stay alive before that last push. They went in with the Uber, and everybody lived. Jolly lost 1 player, but I mean, it was nice that they were able to recollect themselves and push back into the fight, because yeah, that cap time was absolutely like a low-hanging fruit. It was just begging to be finished off. Innuendo.
Yeah. Use spamming stickies across point. Is it going to be a rotational type mid? Are they actually... Yeah, Zhao, it's apparently just a rotational type mid that they're trying to do, but no, it's going to be counter aggression. We see Aimer bombing in, getting a great rocket onto Wild Rumpus, Manicute bombing in as well, doing so much damage, landing in Toxic. This is a disaster for Grantus Vincere. Zhao's not letting up the pressure. Jamal is on the red crate, and it's just absolute destruction. Zhao collapsed across point because Grantus Vincere was standing in the no man's land. They weren't crossing, but they were just standing behind crate, and they got punished for that.
Yeah, they did a really good job of cutting off the exits too as they try to leave, so it was just nothing but demo spam coming down on top of them. And yeah, bit of a failed rotate mid, gonna have to go back to the drawing board with that one. But they do have an engineer in last, so they're waiting to turtle it out, see how they go. I mean, they got a point lead, they got 20 minutes to work with. I'm pretty sure they could eke out a second one if they absolutely needed to after 20 minutes time. But hopefully Zhao has something to say about that. Cough, cough.
Yeah. Hopefully, but they do have ad, so I'm curious to know what type of Uber we're gonna see here. Oh, Uber, you say?
Nah, what's that? We don't have a demo or a scout all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. I think a bald guy set up some sticky traps in lobby for us.
A drunk man set up some traps.
Don't say that about Wild Rumpus. Come on now.
About the demo man? Come on, he has a tequila bottle.
Our production is as confused by that joke as I'm sure many of you were. If you don't know what Wild Rumpus looks like, he's a beautiful bald man.
Isn't the demo bald?
No, he has hair. Yeah, production doesn't know anything about the game. Completely clueless on the lore. Demo does have hair. And speaking of demos, here comes Use trying to get the force on the medic, but just gets eaten up by the sentry almost instantly. Raven looked almost completely unaware of his existence.
Yeah, Macron trying to counter-sack, finds Collapse, somehow lived. So that's going to be a failed attempt at a counter-sack. But, you know, it's just a counter-sack. It's not supposed to be successful every time. We see Bane on Sniper, so Highlander setup for Grantus Vincere. I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen the meta hold on Reckoner in a while. This looks similar, but a little different. I'm not sure how I feel about this sentry gun. I feel like Aimer is going to find a way to kill the medic before the gun even starts to shoot. And actually, Use has found a way to spam the gun from lobby, so...
It's learning. It's learning our weaknesses.
Yeah.
That's actually some sick arcs right there. I don't know if he's like figuring that on the fly or what, but yeah, I mean, it's taken him a while to take it down, so it's proven to be a tough enough nut to crack. But yeah, Aimer going in, Manicute not far behind, trying to let top of the demo, gets taken away by the rockets from downtown from the sentry gun. So that's 3 dead, and yeah, looks like sentry worked good enough for me. It seems like they might have labbed that one out, but Use had a 6 sticky trap for Math to lab out. Gets caught as he tries to make entry for a C back on a second, and back to last Agro. Gravy is going to be resetting, I guess, after some sticks from Wild Rumpus there in lobby. Back on Sniper goes Bane. See if he'll have better luck this time.
Yeah, Collapse spawned up on the Sniper class.
Oh, Collapse did. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Didn't even see that.
And Bane on the other side on Sniper. So we have the classic SVS, as the cool kids say. Collapse sees the head of a soldier, misses, unfortunately. So that's 0 for 1 right now, if anyone's counting. Peeking through 5 doors, sees other soldier, body shots them. Other soldier scoped up. Okay,
Taking
I'll
a lot
stop
of damage.
casting that way, but...
No, by all means, do what's comfortable. I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Collapse taking through a different doorway, finds the engineer. That's going to be the engineer class dead. Maybe now they can get the gun down. It looks
Hopefully.
like, yeah, they're going to keep pressuring through 5-door. Manicute spams the gun down. Gun down. Bane, though, kills Collapse, so it's an even trade, but as they say sometimes... Oh, the soldier spawned through! Aimer gets that kill. The force is what Aimer got. And so now we have XAIO with full ad here.
But Gravi has the brass piece heavy, the brainchild of the what's the word, revered Wild Rumpus. But there's a full Uber ad in their face, so that doesn't really matter so much. If he's gonna go back in the spawn, Gun trying to do the best he can, but he gets taken down pretty quickly by Use, and a lot of cat time on the point. And Rebe C is gonna be hopping on top of that for some cat points himself. So tie game, 1-1, and yeah, not a lot of time left on that round timer, but a little bit over 15 minutes to go. So we're basically back at square one. But we'll see if Gravi has something up their sleeve for this third mid. Coming out, I'm going to be watching the Macron cam. Why not? Love me some Macron.
Take it away on this 1-all mid.
Indeed, and getting a mid with just 15 minutes to go. So at the halfway point, quite literally at this third mid, kind of fitting mathematically. But Macron is just letting his numbers chill, 200 HP, now finally deciding to bomb across point with Math, not far behind, getting a little bit of chaos going, some fades going out. First kill will be onto Wild Rumpus from Aimer, and Jamal following up with the kill of his own onto Bane, so 2 down. That's a demo down for Grantus Vincere. Is more going to be coming as Manicute and Jamal just cleaning up the sacks on a Rave C, and just Aimer going down for their trouble. And yeah, pretty handy XAIO mid, as Manicute is going to be a little bit cheeky going in the last, but gets caught out against the wall by Math. A little bit of a no-fly zone, making sure that nothing too crazy happens, but the rest of XAIO going to be finding the way into lobby. Use going to be bombing in without the Uber, and well, can't say it's a play I would have made, but I guess they were going for the 2-man onto last, so they'll work with it. They got time to waste, but in the meantime, Grantus Vincere not going to rest on the laurels, try to push out. Bane meeting Collapse with the medic and the shutter. This is not a good fight for him to take, so he's going to back up before things get even worse. But that means that XAIO's going to have plenty of time to get their spawns coming out to stuff the shutter door as Gravity decides to peek their heads out and get a little bit of a rude awakening, bit of a hammer on the head, if you will.
Yeah, and now we see RaveAC in lobby, Zhao here with even Ubers. It's going to be the same hold by Grantus Vincere, except the gun's now just being built up, so this is a great time to sack, and Aimer knows it, hits his head on the roof. Poor Aimer has to collect themselves after that one, jumping back in though, trying to shoot the flank soldier. Roamer on Roamer, attempted murder. No kills found though.
Gun might go down here pretty quickly though. There it goes. With the last second snipe from use, and yeah, that pyro doing nothing. Fire him, get rid of him. Actually, because he's not even denying a soldier, just jumping in for free. That's Aimer. Going to be locking up this right side with his team, and it's a side-by-side last right here. Pyro's going to be doing what he can to reflect away, but here comes the bomb from Aimer, getting taken down by the 16 watt Rumpus. And actually a drop from Raven, so that's even more catastrophic now as Zhao has free reign of this last. RaveAC just spreading the love with the scouts in tow. That's going to be a second round in quick succession from Zhao, and Raven's got to answer back if they have any hopes of staying in this one. That was pretty big from mid to last. And the drop certainly didn't help things. And yeah, I really want to be a fly on the wall in that Grantus Vincere Discord right now.
I'm a doubter of the Grantus Vincere sentry gun spot. I do not believe in that sentry gun. It's in a corner. It has to turn around to watch things. I don't get it. But now we see a different mid by Zhao. They go out lower right, aggressive mid, meeting the other team as they send Aimer in, hitting damage into the main door. Macron dead, Bane dead, and it's going to be Zhao just up players in their face. Zhao has sent their scouts pretty much everywhere, and there's just nothing Grantus Vincere can do. Wild Rumpus was too slow to get the memo, dies, and it's going to be Zhao just taking it into second, and I think Grantus Vincere has no chance of doing anything other than holding last.
Well, they got to keep their medic alive. That's absolutely crucial right now because Zhao's in on the hunt. Manicute, RaveAC claps, going in big. Raven really escaped with 66 HP, so he'll have Uber for last. I mean, that's a minor consolation, but after another lost mid fight, he can't be feeling too great. But we'll see how he does. Hopefully he doesn't drop this time. And no, I'm not being passive aggressive. That was actually tragic to watch.
Taiga
I barely caught it.
put the gun up in a different spot, but again, it's in a corner, so...
Well, maybe they won't see it coming. I think the spy. What? Oh, Aimer up on spy. Okay, interesting. I'm loving it. Loving it. They're breaking out the theories.
Yeah.
Making his way slowly.
They have a sniper, guys. There's no way they could have a spy. Unfortunately for Grantus Vincere, no one checked the off classes, so they might be a little surprised here. It's definitely not the first thing you think of when you see a sniper scoped in. Of course, no one's gonna fall for the disguise yourself as a sniper when you're spy. If you don't see the sniper scope up, yeah. And Bane finds a kill onto Manicute. Jamal trades it out in lobby. There was some aggression by Grantus Vincere.
Oh! Backstab! He got it. He was playing patient. He was in front of the point, and Raven was walking towards 3-door, I guess, with his team, and yeah, just uncloaked, completely unseen. And Aimer was able to get the stab on him, so another unfortunate drop for Raven, but Zhao's just going to re-click themselves, get Aimer back up on Soldier, because I think, yeah, they should have had a little bit of suspicion when they realized they didn't see Aimer jumping around, because he's a pretty big, he's kind of unmissable, I'm not going to lie.
I get it, but at the same time, they had a sniper, and, you know, Grantus Vincere did kill a player, so, you know, can be hard to know. I would say you should just always check those off classes, you know,
True,
it's so...
true.
That was something my former teammate Hammy was so good at. He would always check off classes, but either way, Uber coming in. We see Use bombing to the left side, gun down. Traps are going to be cleared off a point as we see the heavy come out of right spawn. Use is in that heavy's face, brass beast or not, it's dead. And now it's going to be a DM fest here. And I think Wild from crits. Raven was on crits.
Yeah, Raven was on crits. He was waiting for it. He tried to get it off with the heavy, but he died almost instantly. Spread it around, was able to get something of a not a collapse. What's it called? A clutch. With Wild Rumpus, so very nicely done.
A successful post-Uber.
Yes, indeed. Crits, I mean, hey, post-Uber, no better time for crits than that.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Raven, they switched off crits, and so now they're just at disad. If the side of Zhao is aware of this, or thinks the other team's still on crits, they might just go in, and that could spell disaster. We have to see if Zhao wants to do that. They've been building super aggressively, and by their posturing, I think they're going to go for an Uber check. Maybe they'll prove me wrong here.
Yeah, no, I
But
don't
yeah,
think they're going to buy
they're going
Raven's
for it.
fake. Yeah, Raven threw out a fake, but it's not going to be enough to dissuade them. I think they knew they had Uber at. They were building so much better, like you said, and yeah, just free point. Only one person died, it was Matt, and the rest of them cleared out in the spawn and just let Zhao take over on the last point. Pretty big. 3-1 now, so they're just allowing themselves to be dug in a deeper and deeper hole, and they've got to figure something out. They got 8.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, the crits play, that's usually why you'll see teams not do that, because if you win the fight, well, now what? You're just stuck on crits or a disad. We see this mid, it's again going to be a rotational type mid. Zhao rotating, but actually it's Grantus Vincere that just stays there. I'm not sure about this. They're sending their soldiers in, but the other team's rotated away, so those bombs are useless. Raven's stuck in the middle of nowhere. Aver's behind them, gets that kill. Grantus Vincere, they're sending their soldiers in now, but Rave is just tucked away, so it took so long to get that kill, and I think they're going to wipe for it. Wild Rumpus, last alive, did find a kill onto Aimer, but yeah, that's just not going the way of Grantus Vincere.
Yeah, no, Aimer came up behind and just popped up Raven and landed on his head and gave him a little how do you do, and it just collapsed from there. I mean, they got some picks, some trades and stuff, but yeah, it didn't result in a winning mid, and Raven is on Uber, not crit. Oh, Rave is on crits. I see what you're saying. I misheard you. So Rave is give a little bit of their own medicine going up on crits. See how he does this. I'm getting flashbacks of Shade right now, just running the crits just because you can.
Yeah, this is a good time though. I miss the crits. I think this is the most I've ever seen it since
I'm
like
a fan of crits.
season 5, perhaps. It's definitely when it was dead. Season 2. It was still pretty uncommon, but, you know, bringing it back, perhaps. We see Soldier bombing in. Is the crits going to come out? But down 2, already 3. It's just, man, this is the, as they say, the Habib, except we don't have Habib in the server, and Habib probably would have killed the entire team if he was.
Probably, yeah, that's safe to say. But, yeah, Wild Rumpus coming in with some even more clutch lock and load pills to save his team, the travesty being popped crits on, so... Yeah, very nicely done from him. They're going to trap out some players in this forward sponge. It's going to be Aimer. And actually, the whole squad's in there. So they're completely trapped in until Gravy gets this midpoint captured. And it seems like they're going to try to stay in. No, they've back spawned finally.
That's the we're up a map. We're up 3-1. We're not back spawning. We're going to make you. We're going to make you guys miserable.
I would have thought they'd go for it, sure. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Raven with the Uber advantage in hand, going to be leading his team in through the lobby. Looking like they're trying to bust in left from their perspective. 40% Uber on Rave. Going to pop it early because they got the sniper up in the hands of Collapse. Finding some success on the left here. Managing to box out Blue over to their right side. Getting some time down on the cap. ×4. A lot of cap time. Manicu kind of come in and try to put the kibosh on that. And we're getting bobbed up in the meantime. Raven managing to survive. Not taking a single hit, but the rest of Gravy not so lucky as they're collecting arrows. But Zhao not very good health at all themselves. And they do manage to finally go down to the hands of Gravy to secure their second round. 5.5 minutes to go. They can bring it back. It is completely doable, even without the overtime. But if they can bring it back to a third one in quick succession and really sort of anchor their spot here, I think they'd be sitting pretty for the next 5 minutes to go.
3, 2. Why don't you take this mid away? Who are you going to watch?
I'm watching Wild Rumpus. I'm going to see if he can produce something for his team here. Because, yeah, this not rotate on their rotate mid does not seem to be working, but he's got some excellent spam coming out, really trying to dissuade them from crossing, but they're just doing completely uncontested, and now they have a soldier underneath. Actually, no, that's Rave. They have a soldier behind and a scout behind coming in from luggage or carriage or whatever the hell it is. Macron going to be the first to die, and yeah, just backing out with the Steam through Toxic as they get escorted, let's say, by the rest of Zhao. Manicute and Jamal hot on the heels, trying to find Raven, managing to find the shutter in the nick of time, and escapes, but the rest of his team's not so lucky, which means that the rest of Zhao's going to be in hot pursuit. And Raven desperately trying to make his way back to spawn and manages to finally get it. They're not even capping mid. Bit of accidental BM probably from Zhao. I don't think they had anybody up to cap it, but Collapse is on the case as the rest of the combo setting up to take the second in short order. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Blaze it left to go in this map, and yeah, this is not the spot you want to be in if you're Grantus Vincere.
I can agree with that. And now we're gonna see this situation again. I was gonna make a joke, but I think I will make it now. The sentry gun's also not in the spot it wants to be. It's
it's crying out to be moved.
I think Zhao, I mean, they've broken this hold every time, right? I don't think we've seen Grantus Vincere successfully hold for 5 minutes yet.
Not
Like,
for 5 minutes, no, but it did get some. The Sentry did get some picks, but yeah, I got downloaded pretty quickly, and they were able to suss a way to get it down. But let's see if they can confuse him and say, oh, it's not where it usually is. Just oh wait, nope, never mind. Use is already on the case. He got the dispenser pick right away, just ready for it. Never
dispenser
mind.
down. Oh
Look at the
god.
beautiful arc. It looks like a rainbow of stickies. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff. He got the arc downloaded and everything, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah, Taiga backed the gun up a bit. Oh, they're moving it.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I don't think it matters that much. We see Sniper through 5 door. That's gonna be Collapse on the Sniper class. Gets that kill
Woo!
onto Raven. That's a medic drop. Collapse. Oh my god, just carrying her team to victory on that play. We're gonna see 2 down now for Grantus Vincere. The Uber's gonna be coming in through main. Uber's on Jamal. That sentry gun is gonna die. What can it do when there's full ad? Bane on the heavy weapons guy. Can't even fully rev up before the point's capped.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. This is with the 3rd drop now for Raven on last here. He's just not having a good time. Like I said, the scrim that I was watching beforehand didn't look so good. They were down 2-0 by the time they called it quits and started to head into their official. But yeah, Zhao's giving a real rough time of it, even though it's their map pick. But that's the way it goes, I guess. 2 minutes 20. It's not over yet until the 5th round, so they can theoretically bring this back and sweep them 4 rounds, 3 rounds. Bring this
I'm
one
on
back.
the Aimer cam. We have a Roamer 1v1 in the red team's lower. Macron got the drop on them, but Collapse is there to trade it out. So that mid was somewhat countered. Math now behind, and so now it's going to be Zhao, perhaps not in the spot they want, and it's going to be Manacute doing a fade bomb. Math jumping away. Use getting lock and loaded across the point by Wild Rumpus. What a great pipe by him. Math is actually the one going behind again. That's the 2nd time he's gone behind. Goes down, though. So I think this mid, oh my god, how did Manacute kill Raven? Solo Soldier killed the medic in front of 2 scouts.
Well, they're getting the cap point, so that's for something, right? They get forward spawns?
Yeah, they will get forward spawns, that is true. So they're going to be able to set up on 2nd, which means they probably have a good chance of getting the force off. Taiga, however, has had enough apparently. They want to get the force here and now. They don't want to let the other team try to push into 2nd. They are hiding in the bush. Jamal is right above them. They don't see them. But Taiga is going to actually just take a 1v1 on point with Collapse. Loses it, unfortunately. So that means Zhao now has full ad and player advantage. I don't think Grantus Vincere has a chance of forcing them on this point, and I think they know it as well because they are not even sending a soldier to bomb.
Well, they got the sniper looking up there on the bats here, Matt, but getting bombed by Aimer, and so that's put out of commission just as quickly as it came up, getting the kill onto Wild Rumpus as well, and Yu's going to clean up on Bane, and just 2 left alive. It's 2 soldiers. Uber's popped off, and I think that's going to be all she wrote here. Valiant attempt here to try to stop it from Taiga, but yeah, that's GG. 5-2 final score, so Zhao take it 2 maps to 0, and they're going to be moving on.
To, yeah, Grands. We're going to see, for Grantus Vincere fans, for Bane fans, for Macron fans, for Math fans, all of those and the other 3 I didn't name are going to be in the lower bracket. And so if they win that, they will be back to contest Grand Finals again. So this is not the end.
Not the end, but it's yeah, it's going to be great motivation. They're probably going to make their own Rocky movie training montage after this one, trying to meet Zhao if they make their way to the grand final. I say, I'm tired. This is a quick but long match. I don't know. I'm glad I got to see it though. Looking at these logs though, well, 80 kills to 75 kills. Grantus Vincere to Zhao, so more frags, and as far as medics are concerned, Raven did better, but 3 drops and all 3 of them on last, so not the best places to drop. But yeah, kind of middle of the road here as far as frags are concerned. I think Zhao just got the frags when they needed to and were able to roll their momentum, whereas Grantus here was content to just sort of hole up and take some picks as they came in trying to sack or whatever, but not a whole lot of aggression from them. I really wonder if they were kind of beaten down by getting throttled on Clearcut, because that was, I mean, it looked like a pretty demoralizing loss. I'm not going to lie, even for the first map.
Yeah, definitely can be hard to recover from a 4-0. Grantus Vincere did their best. They got some rounds on the board. They got 2 rounds on the board. That's more than most have in the regular season. Most teams wouldn't even put up a round. So Good for Grantus Vincere.
And yeah, as Zhao went 6-1 during the regular season, so they were a tough cookie to contend with, and they also did invite qualifiers as well. So, and a lot of the guys on Zhao are old Asia Fortress players and played advanced or invite or their equivalent for quite a while. So, I mean, they all knew each other, and I guess they merked in Rave C to come last second to play Medic for them, but he's a beast on Medic, so yeah, it was just pretty stacked deck as far as I'm concerned. Not to discredit Grantus Vincere, it was a tough match, and I mean, there's a lot riding on it, but like we said, they're not completely out of it, so there's still a chance for redemption.
Yeah. So Fireside will be doing more playoffs coverage, so stay tuned for that. As I said, the advanced season's not over.
Not by a long shot. No, we still got a lot more games to cover.
And was this your first best of 3 casting?
Uh, for NA, I think, but I did the EU Div 1 Grand Finals the other month with Zach.
Oh, nice. First NA BO3. That's cool to have.
Yeah. I'm actually so used to looking at the EUC now because I did that and I did the Poland the other week. So yeah, I'm kind of coming back to NA. It's weird because I was watching so much EU, coming back and playing NA, and then I don't know. I kind of missed the way we did it back in the day with the continuous overtime. But I mean, it can allow good comebacks to happen. So I mean, speaking of which, I think Gravy could have used a couple tonight, but yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about it. Just unfortunate for them, but great if you're a Zhao fan. Unlike me, I'm not a Zhao fan, I promise.
Yeah, so I'm going to give a shout out to Dr. Underscore for doing production for this game, as well as to Mr. Nibbler Rick
Oh, come on, man,
for
really?
yeah, that's how you are. You're Rick.
That's a Nibbler Rick is a new one. I'll
How do you
take it.
say it then?
Number one rocker.
Number one rocker. Okay, nobody ever told me how to say your name. Oh,
It
was it
was
a
not a
joke?
joke. No, no. Yeah, we thought you were joking.
No, I've literally no idea how to say your name.
No, most people don't know. I mean, you could call me number one race car. That's a one that Mobe cooked up. No, not that production. For God's sake. I know they can't, but I can, and that's bad enough. But nah. So wait, shout outs. Did we do shout outs?
I did shout outs.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, of course. We can't forget Sailboat's Instagram. He's going to be helping us bring you this continued coverage of the advanced playoffs. So go check him out. Exclamation sponsor in the chat should give you a link to his Instagram page there. We're also one more follower towards 3,000, whatever that means. Production, fill me in.
Twitch follower count.
Oh, okay. So be the 3,000 follower. Go over and fight over it. I'm sure there's going to be a great prize. Uh, as far as my shout outs, I just want to thank everybody for watching. My buddy DeltaMarket over here, who knew my name the whole time, haha, and Dr. Underscore Production, CEO, Antlers, and yeah, Grantus here and Zhao. Wish you could have gone to a third map, but I mean, they gave us the best that they could muster for tonight, and yeah, looking forward to seeing both of them further on in these playoffs. And that's the end of the stream, dude. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later, hopefully with DeltaMarket. Good night.